It took me like at least twice as fast as it would have just going through the standard route because people take forever to put the stuff on the trays and whatnot.
Yeah. See, I'd be paranoid.
So
I didn't know you
that.
guys still had those old school metal scanners. Like it's a fucking mall security cop just checking your bag or something. If I went through that tube that scans you, I'd go up to the TSA agent and just, snitch on everyone else. Like, hey, you see that guy there? He kind of looks shifty. Make sure he's good. I think he's on my plane. Put him in the tube. I'd be an asshole. I want to feel safe.
Well, that's what Israel does.
Job.
The Israeli airport. Have you guys read into that at all?
Yeah,
Israeli.
Yeah,
Tel Aviv.
Yeah, Israeli airport is fucking
before.
nuts. It's fascinating. One of the things that they do is they give you like a boarding pass, like not a boarding pass, but with your boarding pass, they give you an ID card, and on it they have a number, and it goes from 1 to 6, and the higher it is, the more likely of a threat you are.
We've talked about this on the podcast before. Definitely.
I won't dive into it, but it's fascinating.
But yeah, you wouldn't be able to get away with doing something like that in America.
Not at all. They outright admit they racially profile passengers. There's no way in hell in America that would fly. Well, at least not in the open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's wrap. I want to get to sleep. 3 a.m. baby.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then wrap us, Jackson.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this week's episode. Thank you so much, guys, for having me on this episode. It was really nice to see what this official podcast was all about.
Do you want to shout out your stuff?
Yeah. If you're interested in seeing what I get up to in the future, you can follow me over at the official podcast. I'll probably be back. Here's hoping.
That's your website is patreon.com/theofficialpodcast.
Yeah. Send me
and
money
we can
over
listen
there.
to your show on.
I'm living on the streets.
Where can we hear your show? Spotify, iTunes.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I'm done with the joke now. This has been 4 weeks of agony. Of you actually quit, Jackson? Oh, thank God you're back. Wait, you quit again?
What was that comment you linked? I wish Jackson. I wish Kaya, Andrew, and Charlie would be nicer to Jackson. You don't know what you have until it's gone.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you cunts? Can't you just let the man be on the podcast and enjoy his time with all of you? None of you show Jackson enough love, and this is why this has to happen. You don't know what you got until it's gone. Thank you, Boxcar Jakey, for standing up for Jackson when no one else would. I appreciate it. It was cute getting those comments. And it is nice to for someone to finally put you pricks into your place.
Well, it's kind of fucked up that you
Anyway.
said that, Jackson. Why can't you just let us enjoy the show?
That was kind of
I think
fun.
we're going to kick you off
enjoy
again.
160
Yeah,
episodes.
get out of here.
I let you enjoy 160 episodes at my expense. Now it's Jackson's time.
Well, you got your one.
Yeah.
Now
To
stop
leave
it.
again.
All right. Yeah, I'm leaving. See you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for
Bye.
listening. Well, that sounded fine to me.
Okay, I'll take it away with the intro this week, boys. We don't have to fight over it. Hello and welcome back to the official podcast. This is episode 165, and also 2 episodes in a row with Jackson. That's a new record for the 2020 season. And we're joined by a fellow Australian YouTuber named Lewis Spears. Take the stage.
G'day, cunts. Happy to be on the official podcast. I thought I'd start it off in the most Australian way possible, just so I fit in with my Australian brother, just by saying cunt right off the bat. Sorry, might not monetize.
It was a
this
beautiful
episode,
intro,
boys.
cunt.
That's good. No, I'm happy to be here, man. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're very happy to have you here. In fact, this is something I was just recently talking about on a stream. Do you think Australian slang sucks ass?
Australian slang, some of it. I think we swear like champions, but some of our slang's a little bit wanky, yeah.
No,
like
you
what
don't.
slang?
Let me just interject.
Did you want to
You don't swear like champions or whatever you just say. You have one word. You say cunt a lot.
No, that's not true.
That's false.
Okay, what else you
No,
got?
It's you could walk into church and call the priest a fuckhead, and he'd be like, "How you going?" Like it's normal.
Yeah, he's right. We are pretty much the undisputed kings of like curse words, Kaya.
Yeah,
That's-
but everything else that
Then
comes
why
out
is
of your
you-
mouth just sounds adorable. Like you're straight out of a
That's what-
cartoon.
that's-
It's very
what I
difficult to
was
see
saying,
as
like-
sailors.
Yeah, because your slang is super cute. It's like middle schoolers. Like, for example, your sick
Yeah.
days, you call them sickies. Your breakfast is brekkie.
Yeah, okay. I'm seeing where you guys are getting it from. We
He
like
does have a point there, Lewis.
Yeah.
What do we do?
yeah. We speak and swear like toddlers, I suppose.
So you're saying you're not intimidated of Aussies?
No.
Well, I guess it depends on what Aussie. Like, your bogans are pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but really, when you think about it, are those guys like completely human? Like they're definitely Australian, but are they like 100% human? Those guys, I think they're part animal, and I think they would not be offended if I said that.
They probably don't even know how to spell animal from what I've seen, so you're probably in the clear there.
So what's the closest equivalent of a bogan in American terms? Is it like white trash
Redneck,
trailer
probably.
Yeah,
park?
it'd be like
Yeah.
redneck. Maybe not trailer park, but I'd say redneck. I'd say like bogans are much more common in Australia than rednecks are in America, I think. Although I've only been to the States once.
Oh, you're
but that's the vibe
underestimating
that I
our
got.
redneck, my friend. Don't worry.
You
Yeah,
think
maybe
so?
if you went to
20.
like the middle of America, then you'd see more. I think
Yeah.
on the coasts, it's a bit
we have
more.
we have entire
well, that's
states dedicated to rednecks. You just got
Yeah,
to go to
that's
the right
true.
places.
Although we've got them. It's called Queensland.
Fuck you! I knew you were going to say that as soon as the subject came up. I knew Queensland was going under the bus. But yeah, you're right. Queensland is a shithole of fucking bogans, dude.
That's
Really?
another thing. Yeah, Australia is divided into like territories that each have their own identity.
States.
Well,
States
whatever.
and territories.
I get you, but like Tasmania is your incest capital, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much undisputed.
So Queensland's your bogans. What are the other identities?
Melbourne's like the yuppie, like kind
Melbourne's
of like
very
snobs and
very
stuff.
hipster. They'll
Hipstery?
protest at the drop of a hat. Type
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah.
Sydney-
Hipsters is a good one too.
So
I'd say.
Melbourne is like our Seattle. It's just where all the hipsters and like trendy
Yeah.
people go.
Yeah,
I'd say
that's
it's
it.
more of your like California, maybe.
That's
How
very
about-
similar too, yeah.
How about Sydney?
Sydney.
boom.
Sydney's a weird vibe. It has a little bit of the Melbourne like hippie vibe, but it also has like really violent crime as well. But it also has heaps of rich people. Sydney's like a real melting pot of cultures that are always fighting.
So like New
Yeah,
York.
that's what I'd say too.
Would you say is that accurate?
I'd say
Farish?
so.
Okay.
Bro, I love your
Yeah.
accent, man. You sound like a text-to-speech program. Where are you from?
Thank you. Is it the connection or the personality?
No, it's just your noise.
just your smooth velvety
It sounds like you're not actually real. Charlie's just typing everything into Google Translate.
That's the most ironic thing anyone's ever said on the show. Charlie
Yeah.
piping Kaya's lines in. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know what it is about my accent where people just nobody can pinpoint it. I get that question a lot, especially recently.
Yeah.
What is your accent? What the fuck is going on? You sound Filipino, you sound black British. I don't even know what the hell that means. You sound kinda sorta Iraqi. It's all of these somehow no one ever guesses Turkish and German, which I am.
Ah, Turkish and German. No, I can hear that now that you say German. Yeah, you sound like a villain in a low budget crime film. It's cool.
How low budget? Should I be insulted?
yeah. This isn't going to turn out well.
Like
This isn't
like
a ball
millions.
movie.
maybe
I'd do that.
look, maybe Bollywood.
Ooh, those aren't low budget. That's a fucking compliment,
No,
baby.
that's great.
Kaya should feel honored.
Why
Yeah,
should
true.
you feel honored? It
Yeah,
was for
you
Kaya.
want any
No, I
part of
said
this?
Kaya. I
Andrew?
said Kaya should feel honored.
I would love to play a minor movie villain role, just like be the henchman in a Bond movie, which isn't minor, I know, but just literally any, Bond movie ripoff.
I mean, who wouldn't? That shit would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be Kaya? What would be your gimmick if you were a Bond villain? This can extend to everyone right now. If you were a Bond villain, what would be your thing that the movie's named after and shit?
So I'm the main villain, not the henchman.
Yeah.
Is that what
So
you're asking?
you know how most Bond movies the name kind of has to do with what the villain's doing, like the man with the golden gun. Or the world is not enough because the dude's going to space and this and that. What would be your Bond shtick if you were the main bad guy?
Fuck, I don't know. There's so many options, you know. We still have that little mind riddle puzzle where how much damage can you cause with one nuke? Remember that game we used to play
Oh yeah,
on the show?
that.
Well, that doesn't give James Bond much of a fair chance.
Yeah, why doesn't anyone just nuke James Bond?
Yeah, that movie would be over fucking quick. It'd just be called James Bond vs. Nuke, and it goes for 3 seconds. It's just one cunt pushing a button, and then the film ends.
I'd probably just go over the top, dress like a Pinhead from Hellraiser, because I watched that recently.
Ooh.
Just be, you know, I'd be super cringy looking, but I'd be a multi-billionaire, so I could just pay everyone to pretend I'm cool. And if you pretend long enough, it becomes a reality, and then James Bond has to fight me there sitting, going, "Oh no, Mr. Bond, you opened the box and I came," and kill him.
I guess mine, following in line with podcast stories, mine would be James Bond, Wet Dreams Are Forever, and I'd just be a villain who like jacks into like this dream matrix. Like I threaten to take over the world through dreaming or some shit.
Wow, it's pretty powerful stuff.
Wow. What
It's
about
not that
you, Lewis?
easy to come up with villainry. Yeah, what about you, Lewis?
That's true.
I think my movie would be called "Fuck, That Guy's Got Big Legs," and I would just be incredibly tall. James Bond couldn't get anywhere near me. I'd just kick him away. He'd be like, "I can't stop him. His legs are too long."
You challenge him
I
to
wouldn't
a
really be
dunking
doing
contest.
anything evil. I'd just be like maybe robbing a tuck shop, and they'd be like, "Fuck, someone
If
stop
only
him."
there was a better way than fighting with my fists.
If only we could do anything about this.
That would be counterproductive, though. You guys see those documentaries about super tall people? Like the world record holder is like 8 feet, 9 feet tall or something. And you think, you see that guy and you think, holy shit, he's like a... If that guy worked out, he would look like a real-life orc. He could subjugate everyone in his village. But then you hear that, you know, because he's so big, all of his bones are like made out of glass or something. If he ever slipped and fell, he would die. And you go, fuck, that's lame. Now I don't want to be tall anymore.
The original world's tallest man, the one who was like the tallest man for God knows how many years, and
Robert
back in
Wadlow.
the past. Yeah, he used to have to wear leg braces because he was literally too tall for his legs to support himself.
Oh,
So to
that's
stand, he had to
crazy.
put on permanent leg
So
braces.
I'm curious. How tall are you, Lewis?
I think that I'm at the limit of height where you can live a comfortable life. Like I'm 6 foot
He's
8.
5'6".
6'5".
6'5".
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm six.
Someone
six-
finally
no,
beat me on the
6'8".
show. Holy
Is
shit!
anyone yeah,
He's
6'8".
6'8".
Wait,
6'8".
6'8"?
2 meters tall.
What
What
the
the
fuck?
Nice.
Any bigger than me, it's a disability. I think.
I'm pretty sure you already classify.
Yeah,
I don't know about
that's
that.
that's got to be
As a freak.
inconvenient.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, that is your
it's-
right.
right?
That,
Yeah, I'm
That's
freak.
your
I'm
fucking
freak
villain
status. I'm
shtick.
not offended by that. Here's how I know I'm a freak. Sometimes I'll be walking down the street and I'll see like a guy that's incredibly tall, and I'll go, "Fuck, I wouldn't want to be that tall. He looks like a freak." And then we'll walk past each other, and I'm way bigger than him, and I'll go, "Holy shit, that's what everyone thinks when they look at me."
oh, that would be an interesting villain, though. You'd be like Slender
Yeah.
Man to James Bond, just following him everywhere. And then he kind of just
Yeah,
pushes
no, but
you
it
over and
is
you
cool
die.
being this tall, but you wouldn't want to be any bigger than me. I think about that all the
Do
time.
you ever like knock yourself out walking into any door frames? Any goofy shit happening?
I used to do that. Normally trees get me. I'm good with door frames because I've worked out a method. I worked out that I'm pretty much exactly the average height of a door frame. So you know when you take a step and you move onto your next leg, you move up a little bit. As long as I'm
Yeah.
on the come down as I enter a room, I'm good. But if I'm on that up step, I'm going to end up with a concussion.
You're describing just walking as a tall person as if it's a plane taking off and landing. It's
Yeah, it's like
Jesus,
speed
that-
running strats. I have to frame perfect my dodge on the door frame.
My God, that
I
the woman is.
I do a joke on
half your size.
stage about how if I ever fell over, like people think I would just fucking die.
Yeah,
Well,
somebody
probably.
with
Yeah,
a
fall-
lumber.
you're-
Distance, yeah.
You'd probably
Yeah.
reach terminal velocity before you hit the ground.
Well, what people don't realize
It
is
just
that
explodes when he hits the floor.
what people don't realize is that when I do fall over, it takes me about 20 minutes to hit the ground, so I've got time to plan the landing.
You get to think about it.
I will
can
say
see
though,
the
Lewis,
curvature of the
you
earth.
hide. You hide your height super well. I had no idea you were that tall. I knew you were tall, but not
Yeah.
to like this freakish myth status.
Now, are you to the height where
Mid-status.
you want to hide it? Like, do you often think like, oh yeah, that's me. I stood in the way back of that photo, so I looked regular. Like, is
Nah.
that a thing?
Nah, look, I'll be honest. I fucking love being tall. It's really cool. Like, I do like it. It only gets annoying at like music concerts because no matter where I am, unless I'm at the back, I just feel like an asshole. Like I can't even be in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I assume this really works with the ladies, that you're tall, or does
Yeah,
it
yeah.
backfire and they assume you're just a tall, lanky freak? Do you get to reap all the benefits?
No, it works. A lot of chicks are just like, I get a lot of points just for being tall. Like I'm not the best looking guy in the world. I think my height confuses a lot of women. Like they go, man, he's attractive. But then I sit down and they go, what? Why did I ever like this guy? And then I stand up and they go, fuck, there it is.
Why am I
That's sparkle,
wet?
baby.
What is going on? This is an anomaly.
Yeah. I used to the first few girls I dated were really short girls, and I worked out that doesn't work for me because like a weird problem I didn't ever foresee is if I'm in public with a really short girl, often we can't hear each other when we're talking because we're literally too far away. Like it's like trying to have a conversation with someone else like 2 feet away. You can do it, but you have to really try to listen. And if you're in a public space, communication's fucked.
Wow, yeah, that's super
I
interesting.
never thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Well,
you
neither
must
did
look
I.
like a National Geographic shot of a giraffe bending over to feed its young.
Yeah, it really is like that. And then also, like, yeah, hanging out with a girl who's like 5'3", it just gives me a headache. Mostly because she's a woman, but also because I have to look down.
Have you ever thought about moving to one of those countries where the average height is really low and just live like a god, twice as tall as everyone else?
Tokyo
Like,
or
yeah.
So
something.
cool.
Yeah, are
I'd
they the
lo-
ones?
I'd love
I mean,
to
it
go
sounds
to
like he
Japan.
already does that, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, I
6'8"
kind of
is
live
already
that
so
life.
far
yeah.
above.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I would like to go to Japan. I think I might wait for this corona shit to die down.
that's China.
Well, that's in China.
Yeah,
I know,
that's
but I
the same
feel like
thing.
it's going everywhere. Like, it's in Australia now. Like, there's 4
No.
people here with it.
Stop.
Wait,
Stop.
what, really?
Yeah, there's 4 people with it in Australia. No one
Where?
in Victoria. I think 3 of them are in Sydney, and then 1 of them might be in Queensland. Is what I
Ooh,
read.
baby.
No.
Ooh, maybe that's Jackson.
That doesn't sound
Get
right.
yourself
I
checked,
would've-
Jackson.
No, I would have heard of it if that was
Yeah,
the
maybe
case.
not
Why
Queensland,
did
but there's definitely
The
4
World
in
Health
Australia.
Organization contacts you about it. How would you know?
I'm honestly
Well, I've been
surprised,
keeping up to it. I
Charlie,
didn't know there was
that-
anyone in Australia there.
Charlie. I'm honestly surprised you aren't panicking about this, like ringing the alarm bells about World War IV.
It's still in China. The instant someone in America gets it, he'll be Googling it
Someone
all day.
in America has gotten it, Andrew, in Seattle.
Yeah.
Charlie's gonna
control
get
over-
drafted to fight the virus.
You know they've shut down 2 cities, bro. It's crazy. It's like Plague Inc.
I just find it's better in these situations to remain calm and logical. Stay rational.
Yeah, like always.
So
You
what,
get
so
panic
what did
room
you
all set
Google
up.
that told you you wouldn't get it then?
I found out it's just a different flu.
Yeah.
There.
It only
it is.
kills old people.
It's not just a different flu, it's a pussy version of the flu. Don't the Chinese do this like every other year? It's like a biannual video game release. They get the swine flu, the bird flu, mad cow disease, this flu, that flu, and this year it's the
Yeah, 'cause
corona disease.
They can't
whatever the
stop
hell it's
fucking
called.
eating like everything that shouldn't be eaten.
Yeah. Have we fucking forgotten about SARS already? This flu
Yeah.
is so insensitive. God.
And every time it's the end of the world, but then you see, oh, okay, 7 people died of this. All right, it's probably not that big of a deal. But, fuck, I don't know why I do this. I should just lean into it and make fun of Charlie and try to scare him. Like, Charlie just...
Wait. Maybe it's not a big. Maybe it is a big deal, and that's the reason why it hasn't killed so many people. Is because like authorities have taken the lead and quarantined it quickly because it was a big deal.
They
That's
wouldn't do
actually
that.
true.
Yeah, that sounds like
they
China.
managed to gene sequence it in like 10 days or something, whereas it took them a long fucking time to figure out how to beat SARS.
Oh, really? So they know how to beat this one?
I don't know if that means that they know how to beat it, but it means
Oh, they do.
figured it out way better.
No. So the Chinese government, I read an article, what they did, so their method of beating this thing was that they started arresting people who talked about it initially.
That's a pretty efficient strategy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when the Chinese government goes, "Don't worry, guys, everything's fine," it's like, I don't know. I see what's happening in Hong Kong, and you guys are acting like it's a fucking holiday.
That's a funny commentary on China. Do you think in China you feel more safe when the government is taking action on shit because it means they're actually doing something, rather than when they say, "No, everything's fine. Go about your business. Don't worry about it."
Man,
Yeah,
I saw like video of Chinese people out on Chinese New Year's, like no mask, going, we have no mask, we trust the government, like we're going to be fine, we're all healthy. Like, I don't know what level they actually believe it, or if it's true, if they've just been like convinced by propaganda. But like that shit's really real. Like when you live in a government that's that powerful, there are some people that are like, we must be safe.
There's a literal volcano erupting in the back. It's like, no. The dear leader said we are fine. This is not hot. I'm not sweating. Dude, it's fucking weird. You know, you read up on these, like how it started and such. And it's like in some city called Wuhan or some province. And
Yeah, Wuhan.
you know, you go,
Yeah.
oh, that sucks, man. Like, if this is serious, a lot of them are gonna die, and this is fucked up. And then you read that this started in some animal market where they're selling live cats and wolf puppies to be eaten. And then you go, okay, now I don't feel bad anymore. I hope it's a black plague. Fuck you. I'm okay with
Bro,
this. all of a
it's
sudden.
crazy the shit they eat.
Yeah.
I've been
It is
obsessed with
really
like
nuts.
looking at what like rural Chinese people eat, and like it's just like if they just have a checkbox and there's only one thing on the checklist, and it's like, does it move? And if you can tick that, they'll fucking eat it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I saw there was one meal, and it's so popular it has like a name. It's literally just live baby rats, and they call it three squeaks. I saw a guy eating it. It's called three squeaks.
Yep.
And it's called
Yep.
that because the rat squeaks when you pick it up with chopsticks, and then it squeaks again when you dip it in sauce, and then it squeaks again when you bite its fucking head off. Crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, then this
Yeah.
whole shit start. I read another article where they said that the Chinese government made a Food Network or some daily show apologize because she popularized bat soup. And apparently that's how this whole
Yeah.
thing started. And you go, bat soup, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, I don't feel too bad. I'll be honest, I'm fine with the coronavirus. Let it rummage a little bit around there.
Man, I think that's the biggest indicator that they really trust their government, because there's no way you would have the confidence to eat like bat if you weren't like, the government's got whatever I get from this. They'll sort it out. No worries. Because I'm definitely getting something.
Yeah, it's like baby rats. Like, hey, Kai, I just picked this up from a sewer. Want to eat it? No. Well, the government says it's fine. Okay.
Oh boy.
I saw one video. I think I don't know. I might have, when I was looking at this shit on Twitter, I think I went a bit too far and just started seeing like racist propaganda and shit. But like, I saw one video of just this woman feeding her like toddler like live tadpoles.
Oh,
And
God.
the kid was loving it because he had no idea. Kids will eat whatever you give them, but they were just fucking live tadpoles. And I was like,
Well,
what?
it sounds like Chinese people will just eat whatever you give them. It's not just the kids.
I don't know.
They'll probably just beat this
tadpoles?
virus by eating it. It's like coronavirus. Yeah, put it in the soup.
Yeah.
Can I get a corona?
You know what they
dumpling?
need to do? They need to send
become a
over
new
a new
seasoning
village
salt.
to just eat Wuhan.
That's a good idea.
Straight fucking cannibalism to solve the
Wuhan
solution.
soup. Let's go.
I wouldn't put it past the governments to just quarantine the whole zone, purge the people living in it, women and children, old people, all the same, and then just packaging it like popcorn, selling it to the rest. Problem solved.
So, Lewis, I don't think anyone mentioned this to you previously, and for that, I'm sorry, but we do have ads on the show. We only have one for this episode. If you want to join in, you're more than welcome to, but if you'd rather sit it out for your own reasons, that's also fine.
That should be fine. What's the ad? As long as it's not for
Okay.
genocide.
Well,
I'm probably
Lewis,
down.
We can just go ahead and start it, and you can hop in however you would like.
I'm glad
say
you
whatever,
asked,
doesn't
Lewis.
matter.
Since
Yeah.
because you're so tall, women's faces are always on your groin level, aren't they?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so you want to keep that area all clean. You want to have your balls nice and clean shaven, because when they, start sucking on your balls, you don't want them to feel like they're sucking on a scrunchie, right? You want that stuff to be nice and clean, perky, smell nice. Is that correct in that assumption? I mean, that's where they hang out most of the time.
That's so true. Dude, that's so true. Do you have some kind of product or service, perhaps a monthly fee type deal that could help me sort out my
The coronavirus
nutsack?
is known for its hair loss.
Stop. You won't live long enough to see your pubes sprout.
I like
Great.
it.
Now
I
we
like
have to take
it.
this out.
Yeah.
Well, do the rest of it then, Andrew.
Oh, that's fine. So, boys, I don't know about you, but sometimes I just get that wildfire urge to just trim my crotch. All of it. Just balls, little dick hairs that go up the base a little bit, my pubic mound, all of it gone. And sometimes you fuck it up. You get a little ingrown, you maybe get a little cut, something. It's bound to happen after thousands of times. That's why support for the official podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-belt grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They've got a brand new electric trimmer, engineered in 18 months to give you the perfect, greatest ball hair trimming experience ever created. It's called the Lawnmower 3.0. It's got quiet stroke technology, which is something a lot of people in our audience are probably very adept at. And let's not forget about its charging stand. You can show it off loud and proud because it includes a rapid charging dock powered by USB. You can trim that junk of yours, and you can do it with 20% off and free shipping using code OFFICIAL at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. Get 20% off and free shipping with code OFFICIAL at manscaped.com. 20% off free shipping, manscaped.com. Use code OFFICIAL. Lewis, how would you describe your balls look after a fresh trim from Manscaped?
Fucking majestic.
That's a fantastic way to put it. And he's
heard
Australian,
it
so you
here.
know he's serious about it. That's manscaped.com, code official, 20% off of something that'll make your balls look squeaky clean.
And you need it.
That was beautiful. Well, since we're already down in the area, do you have any interesting masturbatory tales, Lewis? Anything interesting?
Man, my best story is I do it on stage. There's a stand-up clip of it on my channel. I used to masturbate incorrectly. I didn't use one hand going up and down. I would use both hands and rub them together like you were starting a fire.
Ooh, an off-meta technique.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell the
that
story
work?
without just doing the bit. It didn't, it really just didn't. I think it worked the first 3 or 4 times, and then I worked out the one-handed technique, and I was like, this makes so much more sense. Like, why the fuck was I ever doing that?
Did you damage your dick at all by chafing it?
Did you ever start a fire?
I think
Scars.
I think at the third time I did it, I was like in pain, and I was like, and my fucking stupid 12-year-old brain was like, I guess masturbating just isn't for me because it's not that good.
It's not that fun.
I didn't
all
even
it's cracked
consider
up to
that
be.
maybe I was doing it wrong,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why you should walk into your local church and go, "Hey, fuckface, teach me."
Yeah. I'm trying to learn,
I've got a good sex story because that masturbating story that's like on my channel as a stand-up bit, but I got a good sex one if you'd like to hear that. If you
Absolutely.
inspire any virgins
what we're
listening.
founded
What, are
on
you just
here.
going to brag about having sex? What do you mean by good sex story?
Yeah.
Oh no! I mean it's a good sex story. I don't mean it was a good sex. It was awful, right?
Okay, good. Then I want to hear it.
This happened years ago. Me and my girl, we went to. This is when we were first dating. You know, when you first start dating someone and you just like have sex all day, every day at whatever time you can. We were in that phase, and my girl was a monster. And so we went to this cafe, went for a nice drive, and it was like a normal date in my head, right? We go to this, we go around driving, and we stop off at this cafe cafe to use the bathroom, and they're two unisex bathrooms. So I go in one, and then my girl goes in the other, and then I take my pants off to use the bathroom, whatever, and then I hear knocking at the door. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? It's my girl, and she goes, let me in, let me in. I'm like, oh, what's happening? So I open the door, and like my pants are down. I'm like, what are you doing? And she goes, she doesn't say anything. She just like starts making out with me, and I realize, oh no, she wants to fuck in this restaurant. And this, mind you, is at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. It's packed. I can hear people having lunch with their grandma. I'm not into it at all. I'm like, I don't want to do this. This is a crime. Right? But anyway, at this point, I was too far gone. It was my Me Too moment. She's going at me, and then she kind of puts the toilet seat down, both of them, and then she sits me on it, and then she sits on my lap, and it's porcelain, and it shatters. And bro, it made the loudest noise. Like, you know when sometimes when you fart into a toilet, it makes a really loud noise. Imagine if you smashed 30 plates into a toilet bowl. That's what the sound it made. But the first thing I hear is the toilet smashing. The second thing I hear is everyone stop having lunch. And go, what the fuck was that noise? And then I'm like, holy shit. I start freaking out, and I'm angry because I didn't want to do this at all. It was all her idea. So all I do, I'm such a dog. I put on my pants and I walk out and I go, this is your problem. And I left her. And
Good for you.
yeah, and I went to the car.
Stand up for yourself.
That's right. I left her. Every man for himself. I was like, fuck this, right? So anyway, she came out like 10 minutes later, and she freaked out, and she stayed in there for too long. And she came out, and then there was restaurant staff waiting outside the bathroom, and she was in the unisex one. She comes out, bumps into them. They're like, what's going on? What happened? And they saw me come out like before, so they knew we were both in there. And she just goes, and then he just looks at her and goes, just leave. And then we left.
You could have
So
really.
when you were fucking, was there like, were you fucking in a stall that had shit in it?
No, it was a nice restaurant. Like, it was nice. I don't think anyone had used it before.
So
That's
did you
also
get
the
like
worst part.
porcelain shards in your ass? Like what came of the damage?
Yeah, did you fall in the toilet?
I forgot. Yeah, I cut my ass. I still have a scar on my left ass cheek. I cut it quite badly. This is like 6 years ago. It's still there. I was so scared. I was like, I'm gonna get sepsis or fucking like Lyme disease. I don't know what you get.
Did you go to the hospital and have to explain how you got that?
No, I just did the man thing and was like, if I ignore it, I'll be healthy again.
No, the man thing is, first of all, you step in front of a mirror, you pull down your pants, and you use some whiskey or cheap vodka to disinfect the site, and then you pull out the bullet. The random bullets that got lodged in there from the toilet for some reason, but
The porcelain bullet.
The most egregious part of the story is that you did not get to shit. That must have been
Dude,
upsetting.
I didn't get to shit or cum.
That's terrible. Blue-balled,
You ran out of the
know.
stall crying.
Yeah. It was like my one opportunity to do those things at the same time, and she blew it.
So how did that
What a heartbeat.
relationship end?
Oh, we're still together, and I love her very much. It was at that moment I knew she was the one.
Okay.
Well, I'm kind of surprised that she didn't break up with you on the spot, though, for just bailing on her after that.
Hey, I think we both decided that's what you get. Because she really pushed me into it, right? She really peer pressured me. She used pussy power, and she got me. I went into like caveman mode. I was like, oh, pussy, I'll do whatever. And then I got tricked. So we're even.
Good.
Yeah.
Me too.
Absolutely.
So did anything come up from that ever after? Like, did you have to pay the restaurant for the toilet or any of that?
No, nothing ever came of it. Like because we didn't park in there, so nothing happened. I think it was just it would just be one of those things where it's probably just a story that's handed down generation by generation for all the restaurant owners of like, man, one time this couple came in and tried to fuck on our toilet and destroyed it.
God, that is yucky. What a disgusting environment.
Fucking hilarious visual, though.
Did this stop you both from fucking in public from now on? Was this a wake up call for her? Or?
Oh, no, I never did that shit. I've never been into the public thing. I think there's a little bit of that in her, but I had to stomp it out after that. I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. Because look, the best case scenario is you have like 3 out of 10 sex. Worst case, and the most likely case, you end up in jail.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk at all.
No, but the risk is what makes it fun. Right, so maybe your girlfriend is now just even more into it. She's like, "Oh fuck yeah, I got caught. Maybe next time I won't be."
Yeah, maybe you should have been a lot harder about it. Like run out saying, "Help! She's raping me."
Yeah, maybe she loosened the toilet seat before you guys went in. She set the scene up so that there was a big commotion.
Yeah,
Man,
people will have a lot of sympathy
you guys are right.
for the 7 foot tall man yelling, "Help! Help! She's raping me."
She won't let me go.
You guys are right. I should have pressed charges.
I was overpowered by this 5 foot tall woman.
It might not be too late. You can still sue her.
Yeah, what's the statute of limitation on busting a fucking toilet?
I don't know. Yeah, well, that's the thing. If I charge her, well, then am I admitting to vandalizing the toilet, and then I'll get done for that?
No,
it's a small price to pay.
Good
Putting a
question.
monster in jail.
That's true. I have to stand up for her.
You can't let this crime go unpunished, Lewis.
That's true.
Do it for the good
I'm
of
dating
Australia.
Harvey Weinstein. Oh no.
She's the Harvey Weinstein of Australia. Turns out she's done this to a lot of comedians.
Yeah,
Cornered
a lot
them
of
in the
comedians
bathroom.
and even more toilets.
That's awesome.
She shattered my dreams like it was porcelain.
That's a really great story.
I guess that
just
extends
wanted
to
to
you
roll.
boys. Have you guys ever fucked in public? Any of you?
Define public.
Do you count like a state park as public?
That's about as public as it gets. Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. What if it's a state park and it
Isn't
was
that
like
just
1
a
in the
synonym
morning?
for a public park, bro?
No, well, I mean like a nature walk kind of thing, but it's still a public park kind of.
No.
Like I'm with Jackson where you need more detail. Like by public, do you mean there are people around and you can be seen, or just a public space?
Yeah, how many people have to be in the vicinity within, say, 10
I guess.
meters?
Because like
These are
I've
very
done
tough.
it at a park as well, but it was at like 1 in the morning and near some bushes. It's like I wasn't trying to be seen.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait,
I
are
don't
you
think
talking
anyone's
about
trying
sex
to be
or
seen.
jacking off like a fucking bush predator?
What are you doing, Andrew?
Well, Little League softball was in, so you know.
Yeah, does outside Charlie's window count?
All the little Shodas running around. Couldn't help himself.
Oh no! Stop!
But no, I've had a couple dates where it was like, oh man, we should have sex, but we're both 30 minutes from our houses. How about that park?
There's a kindergarten right next door. Let's go there instead.
Don't worry, there's a police station nearby. But you know, you have that urge, and you don't want to wait to go home, or you're like 45 minutes because you're in downtown. So you just go, hey, there's a park and no one's there. Let's do it. I've done that a
The
couple
thrill of it's
times.
pretty exciting, I think.
I
I, mean,
just
I
love the
wouldn't
thought
be
of...
pushing people into public toilets.
I just
Man,
love
there's
the
an
thought
element
a
of
little...
like getting caught that does add a bit of excitement to like not even just sex, like
Oh, yeah.
just crime in general, or just being an asshole. You know, there's that oh, will I get caught factor that makes things fun that maybe aren't that fun.
Yeah. You can tell
What,
when the
sex
set...
isn't fun to you?
Well,
No,
not
just
when your
more
girlfriend's
fun.
Harvey Weinstein. No.
Yeah, no, I see. Yeah, that's a good point.
So Charlie, you brought
guess I
the
haven't
question
lived that
up.
experience yet.
Have you ever done it?
In public?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I could ever do that. It just doesn't seem like worth the risk to me. Like
So
he said, it's
what-
mediocre sex with the worst possible outcome being jail, or like I bust a load near some
So
gross
what would
area and then
you-
I'm worried about a disease.
So what would you do if, say, you met a girl in Orlando and she lived in, I don't know, Kissimmee, so she was 45 minutes away, and you're in Tampa, so you're like an hour away. And she was like, I'm so goddamn horny. I need sex. Oh, fuck me. And she's like a 10. What would you do?
I'd say, ma'am, that's very sweet, but please consult Tiana first. I need permission.
Okay, in the fantasy world where Tiana doesn't exist is what I'm saying.
It's
There's
Tiana.
no such thing.
Yeah, it's Tiana. There you go.
I'd say, madam, we're getting a room in Orlando.
So you buy a hotel somewhere.
Rent a hotel or a motel, yeah.
Madam.
How gentlemanly.
Madam. It's like
Madam.
her mom is there with her.
Hello, madam, and who's your young friend?
May I fuck
Oh,
your
I thought you
daughter?
were sisters. You're so beautiful.
Have you fucked in public, Kaya?
I don't want to admit to any crimes. I've certainly done shit in
Oh,
public.
come on, you pussy. Admit it.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to put you in jail for this.
I'm a complete
Admit it.
degenerate. I don't know why.
Kaya's
There's
naked
something
right
fun.
now.
Like I said
He's
before, I mean, why do you
definitely
think
done
my
it at a
camera is only...
preschool.
Huh?
He's definitely done it at a preschool. He's dodging the question for sure in front of the kids, maybe with one of them. Who knows?
No.
That didn't sound confident at all, Kaya.
That sounded very
Please.
That sounded like an LA noir when you doubt something, but it's really casual.
I have not done that.
Yet.
I was
today.
in a preschool.
It's like
Yeah, it
edging
was-
for the correct response.
College. High school.
Wait, what?
You fucked in front of high schoolers?
Yeah, like, what are you talking? Explain.
Hey man, that's better
was
than
making a joke.
homeschool.
Homeschool,
see
yeah,
that.
me and my mom. Just fucking public.
Now we're talking.
On the
Now you're
balcony.
somewhere. Slow
And
down.
an earthquake killed us. No, I'm not admitting to anything. I don't feel comfortable.
Oh, come on.
Lame.
Oh,
Lame.
First time in podcast history, Kaya's uncomfortable with something, and it has to do with admitting a crime.